Sean's on. I'm winning tonight. I feel it.
Welcome back to Johnny Custom Glock's Front Sight Press, where everybody tries to win something, so it's everybody against Sean Hilton, and we still don't win. But anyways, got to put the work in to win. That's all I'm saying. So, like a chair, like a chair, like a chair. What are you doing over there? Because I don't trust you. I don't trust you. For what's he got? You got something. What is it?
I'm here to watch the show, man.
You're not here to watch the show. You're here to irritate the hell out of me, and you're hiding something, and I don't trust you.
The trusting nature of the Boston Irish.
There it is. So, like a chair, like a chair, like a chair. We have.
Oh.
There we go.
I knew it was something.
I was waiting for that.
I think you'd appreciate it. Look,
Oh.
What is that?
it's a scare horn.
What else does it do besides?
That's it. Flashlight.
Oh, I
That's
could
it?
use that in my little car.
Oh,
Yeah. Hey, he owes $1. Where were you? She's not even listening to me.
What? I miss it? Oh. Okay, there you go.
No, too late now.
I've
Oh,
heard
we
it.
have a money bell now?
Yes.
We always had a money belt.
Yeah.
Oh, it didn't get rung last time.
Hey, Louis Soto's
Oh, wait a
on.
minute.
The blue case from last week is pretty nice. Thanks again, Julie and Mike. Dan Summers watching. Sean Hilton, I'm winning tonight. I feel it. Lana.
Don't win this one. I'm going to break it before I get it open. This thing's badass. I ain't going to lie to you. Comes with the original strap. It's got nice-ass foam in
That's
it.
really nice.
Right? And it's got a combination lock
Cat's on.
on the front. Of course, you'll have to go on YouTube to figure out how to change the combination from
Our Coastie is on.
000. But it is very, very nice.
God! No!
Very
God,
nice.
please, no! No!
Ryan, I'm going to
No!
send you your patch, and
No!
when you come down to Homestead, I'll give you your lighter. Al Newman's watching.
Need Al come down here and get Johnny out of the freaking control room. Stop letting him touch buttons.
Just get in there and press buttons randomly. I mean, that's...
Surprise, motherfucker.
What? How come I have to pay and they don't have to pay back there in the friggin'
I
control
don't know how
room?
this works, but she thinks she's going to get me to pay because
Oh, hold on. Before we go too much farther, I just...
don't get a head start.
You fucking
know
know
what?
better.
I'm just going to kind of pay into it. This is the college fund for your kid, right?
Oh.
So send all Ivy League, right?
Yeah, there you go.
There we go. That was a fiver.
That's where we take all the money in there, right? And when we go to like Vegas and put it on like black or something like that, just one time, and then
Because you're a
send it to
high-speed
Maryland.
motherfucker.
Hey, Al's in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Nice.
Sherry Johnson's watching. Clayton Rusnak is watching. Cool.
Live studio
Is that you?
audience.
Is that you? Hi, Clayton.
Captive audience.
All right, so thank our sponsors while you guys like a chair, like a chair, like a chair, and get ready for the long toast. The long toast.
It's like 5 words.
Well, if you count and.
Yeah.
So first, our king sponsor, Johnny Custom Glock. Because life is too short to have a Glock trigger that sucks.
Yep.
Like just, I picked up a guy's gun today, coming in for a lesson. Like, I'm like, let me see. I'm like, I go, that ain't stock. He goes, I go, Johnny Custom Glock. He's like, yep, well worth the money.
Absolutely.
It's very nice.
Yeah.
Right? So go get yourself a Johnny Custom Glock trigger, but also follow him on all his social media, like especially YouTube, because he gives away a lot of great information on YouTube. And if you got a G-Lock, you should be checking that out. All right. Our pseudo custom sponsor, Pilgrim Ammunition. Love Filato. All right, so I'd like to thank all the guys, James and all the guys over at Pilgrim for sponsoring us.
Love those guys.
That is the best self-defense ammunition out there on the planet right now. Like it does exactly what you need it to do and want it to do and does nothing else.
Yep.
Like it is horrific what it does to soft tissue, right? To get your threat to stop, like instantly. So, and it's in stock. So if you need self-defense ammo, go to Pilgrim Ammunition. All right, check it out because that is the best ammo. That's what you should be checking, you know, protecting your family with. And if you don't, I guess you just don't love your family as much as I love mine. So there you go. All right. Travis Mack Foundation. All right. So, giving music to the children that are in the University of Maryland Children's Hospital, who are obviously having a crappy time, making their lives better, you know, getting programs that people come in and play music for them, teach them how to play music and all that stuff just to make their days a little bit brighter. So if you give it to a charity, check that out. Also, we're going to be doing fundraisers. Like, I don't know when, but we will be doing fundraisers. So make sure you get in on that because that'll be great. Also, I talked to the boys in Skies and Chaos.
Yeah.
I talked to one and be like, you know, you got to come down. Like, we can justify it.
Yep.
We can justify it, you know, a Travis Mack thing. Come down for that. He's like, you just set it up. Just let me know. I'll be there.
They're awesome.
Yeah, they are awesome.
Yep.
SRQLivestudios.com. We got what do you call
The delay.
it? No, the words. What's that? Closed caption.
Oh, that's gonna get expensive.
All right, so this is a place you should be shooting your commercials, doing your photo shoots, having your podcast, because the studio is just friggin' awesome, and I'm very thankful that Mark, you know, puts on this show for me, puts up with all my bullshit and stuff like that, not costing me any money for saying that before you say anything.
Well, you're the host. I guess you get like, what, 10 mulligans a night or something like that?
No, you know, Bell Happy Julie over there, she don't give me crap. She's trying to find me because they play sound bites of me through the speaker. She thinks I should pay for that. Like, why the hell should I pay for that?
I don't know, man. That's all that extra money you have floating around.
You fucking know better.
All my extra money.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? We need the intern to fix your drink for the toast that's coming up. The little intern's not here. We got a big intern.
I've got the tiniest intern right over there.
There
you
we
don't
go.
mind.
Here he comes. Jack and Ice.
No, I've been trying to teach her to fix me a
mixed
drink
drink.
for a while.
Jack and Ice.
A man of refinement and distinction.
You're like, stop watering down the Tennessee whiskey.
Say number 7 old tennis shoe.
Hey, the Asprod's watching.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, what was I going to tell him? I had something to tell him. All right.
You suck.
No.
So the guys in the office have to pay.
That's going to be a full bucket at the end of the night.
I said what? Oh, they want you to know that it said suck, not the other word.
Oh,
So
really?
take back your bell.
Okay. All right.
Unring your bell.
I'll unring the bell. There we go.
There you go. Military case surplus. Tony up in Largo. Tony doesn't get his own soundbite? No?
We're going to figure something out for him.
Door slamming.
No, you got
Door
get like
slamming.
some English stuff or something like that. And, like,
Yeah.
cheers, mate, or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Have a case, mate.
Have a case, mate. So, they had some badass cases, obviously. You know, Tony hooking us up with the cool stuff he had up there last time. Because these laptop things are just awesome. So I'm going to have to get that when we go back up there.
You got a party stopper on it.
Thank
What's
you.
that?
You got a party stopper on it, that little plastic piece.
That's what your pocket knife's for, dude. Just dig that out.
Just let it flow.
That's
Thank
the
you
most
very much.
authentic Jack and Ice I've seen, though. It was served
It's
to you
all
by
ice.
a man wearing a distinctive Realtree fishing shirt.
This is the real deal.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
And cowboy boots.
Well, yeah, let's not talk about how old he is. He's a lot older than you are. We'll just say he's 21. He's still older than the 12-year-old intern that we got that usually makes drinks, so we're good. Oh, Yeah, Austin's on me, claims on them. So now I'm the bad guy.
Oh.
Generally.
So go check out Tony. He's got some really cool stuff. He's got stacks of those blue cases up there, and they're pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm.
All right. But the laptop ones I'm really digging right now. So we have 2 of them we're going to be giving away. We're going to go like blue case laptop, blue case laptop.
We gave away 1 blue case already.
Yep.
Yep.
And we had the other one, the little one, the smaller one.
Yeah,
which
that
really
was
cool.
first, and then the blue case.
He's just
now
hooking
this
us up
one.
with some really great stuff. We
Yeah.
always make sure that we got great foam in it.
He does.
All right. And last but not least, Skies and Chaos for letting us use Black Widow first, and then Strippers and Jack to take us out if they're making sure that happens. And I can tell you this, one was down here. So I haven't seen them together in I don't know how many years. Like 5 years, 4 years. Like it had to have been before I got sick. So that was 2017.
Yeah.
So it was before then. But I got to tell you, like, even though they haven't been together in, like, I don't know how long it's been since they played together or whatever. They played, like, once for Juan's birthday up there. But just to see them all on stage, and then they had Stevie coming in, who they used to jam with up in Baltimore, but now is in Houston.
Ah.
All right, and it's just, like, it was really good. And then I said, hey, you gotta play a song for me before I leave.
Yeah.
Right, so they played. That was the first time they played "Strippers and Jack," and that was the first time they played a Skies and Chaos song in the last 3 years.
Nice.
And it's just like they're just so much fun, and like Blake is, he is definitely more in his zone when he's plugged in than compared to when he's on a stool,
Yeah.
doing acoustic.
Yep.
And they were just, it was just great to see him again. They're just a phenomenal band live, like phenomenal band.
Yeah.
So, and they're just so much fun.
Yeah. Great guys.
Like even Mafia was like laughing at stuff, like saying to the crowd. She's just like, "Oh my god." So.
Hey, Mike Breckles
Welcome
watching.
back.
Oh, thank you.
It's good to have you back.
Thank you. Is it good to have me back? I mean,
always
it's
good
been
to
a
have
long time since I was here. I didn't know if you didn't like me or I wore the wrong cologne last time.
You were here like 3.5 months ago.
I'm a new father. All my hours are waking hours. I have no concept of
Now
time.
it's all on you. Oh, I've done on the show more, but these guys won't leave me alone.
I am blaming that baby for everything that I don't do for the next 18 years at least.
Oh, trust me. Trust me.
Lisa's watching.
All right, well, let's do this.
All right.
Before we start going, everybody get their beverage of choice. Get your beverage of choice. Check that. Make sure he's not taking any. Is that a Shamrock Shake?
It is.
I need to get a Shamrock. I'm Irish now. I should have a Shamrock Shake.
It's got vitamin green in it.
I'm sure that's really good for you.
Soylent,
Heart healthy.
There it is.
Soylent Green.
Yeah, well.
All right, so here's. Everybody hang with me while I try to get through this toast.
Oh,
It
it's
is
such
so
a long one.
Ready? To high winds and mermaids.
Cheers.
All right.
Well, we had a lot of wind today and a lot of rain today.
Don't even try.
High winds and mermaids. I don't know where that one.
It's like, she gets something, then what she does, she tries to justify it to it. Being like, hey, it's like, nah, you were looking through, you're like, screw it.
It's the next one on the list.
There it is, right?
That's how
Just
I
keep
do it.
going down the list.
That's
That's
right.
all you gotta do.
That's right.
The next time I'll bring the toast. I've got a bunch more inappropriate ones.
All right,
No.
good. When are you coming back? Next week?
Oh, we'll see. We'll see. I got to talk to my social planner.
All right. The little one, right?
Yeah,
The
the little
schedule
one.
is full.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he doesn't listen to me for anything, so it's all this one.
So, you're doing a knife class.
Allegedly, yes.
What is the class?
So we're going to talk about defensive use of the knife. So if you want to know how to go out into a prison yard in Tijuana and stab somebody up because they owe you drug money,
Yes.
probably not the one.
That's
take.
the next class.
There's already people out there that are doing stuff that's a lot like that. So I think I'll stay away from their market niche, and then I'll stay more like where I don't get sued or don't end up, helping cartels get better at what they do or anything like that. So, defensive use of the knife. I always saw that like everybody I ever met that shot usually had some giant knife on them.
Yeah.
I would say like Death Dealer 3000,
Yep.
you know, whatever it was. Gil Hibben was real popular back in the 90s and early 2000s. Looked like some kind of Klingon blade, you know, and like everybody said, this is my self-defense knife. And then when we would ask them a question, like, how much do you train with that?
Yep.
They're like, well, I've stabbed a lot of pillows with it, or I rolled up a carpet once and I like jammed it in a couple times. It never really like seemed to actually be training.
Right.
It just seemed to be like, this is how a fight goes in my head. This is what a knife fight looks like.
Because in a knife fight, when you're being defensive, you always have the knife out.
Yeah.
And they always just stand in front of you.
Well, the hardest part of knife fighting, when I watched a documentary called West Side Story when I was younger, and it's getting the snaps right? You got to get all of your buddies to snap with you. Yeah. So, those dance moves, a lot of people have bad knees these days. You know, it's really rough to get into that. So,
If you were watching the show before us, they actually had that on there.
West Side Story.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Love that show.
I'd say I missed that. I had to watch that for some theater production stuff when I was younger, and I'm good now. I'm good. So, but I wanted to talk about defensive use of a knife. You know, where does the knife fit? What's the context that we employ it in?
Yep.
You know, just because you have the Death Dealer 3000 on you doesn't mean it suddenly jumps out of your pocket and starts doing work. What kind of knives do you carry? I mean, last time we had our big, you know, blow up over, you know, I carry like trash tier Walmart gear, and you have like Cadillac tastes.
Well,
you
it's
know?
like this. It's not how much you're paying for your knife. It's the fact that you have better knives at home.
Well, allegedly.
Allegedly.
I can't trust myself not to break like a rock. So taking something, yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
Oh, yeah.
You know how much this one costs? $34.95.
That's the Instagram special from some probably some nice guy over in Pakistan or something like that.
Doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
Gotta do what it's gotta do. I'll break this blade off and you know.
I mean, throw it in the gutter and go on with your life, right? But that's kind of what I wanted to look at in that knife class is, you know, how do we get the blade out under pressure?
Yep.
That's a huge, huge thing. Nobody really seems to talk about access under pressure.
That's not true.
Well,
I got the clinch pick.
yeah. So that
He
was
talks about access under pressure.
that was completely made for that. And Craig Douglas has been talking about it for a while.
Yep.
A lot of the people from the Shivworks cartel, but like if you look at the body of work that's out there. Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing as going to the shooting range and you sit on a nice square range. You don't have to draw from your holster. Nobody's doing anything that you don't like.
Yep.
You know, you've got nice focus in that lane and you're all by yourself and you have all the time in the world.
That's it.
And then you get on the street and you get into a problem and you have the rest of your life to figure it out. And you get to
That may not be that long.
yeah. Well, you decide how long that is at that point, right? But the other guy also gets a vote too. It's very democratic.
Yep. Well, you know when I heard that statement the first time? When I was in jump school. and some jackass raised his hand and said, if your chute doesn't open, how much time do you have to get your reserve open? And the guy said, the rest of your life. And then he just moved on. And the guy was sitting there like, what?
So that's like a post-ASVAB IQ test at that point. Like if he gets the joke, eventually you'll know that
Yeah, sooner or later he'll catch
a
you.
little bit above room temperature there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we also wanted to talk about like what do knives do?
All right.
Because that was one of the interesting things to me as well, looking at like pistol. We know pistols cause trauma,
Yep.
right? But then we see shooting videos and people don't just automatically fall over the first time you shoot them.
No, I was very surprised to
Yeah,
see that.
very disappointing, especially considering the cost of ammo these days.
I know.
So-
People should be more freaking considerate.
Yeah. Well, he's the bad guy, so his job is to make your life easier, right?
Right, exactly.
So
They'll just
that's the way
stand
I
there.
always thought that would be very
They'll
considerate.
just stand there like this, let you shoot them.
Yeah. So
Got one!
But we wanted to look at what's realistic trauma for a knife or to cause with a knife. You know, I kind of see from most of the medical stuff that I've looked at, I went through ER records and, you know, post-mortem cases. There was a Journal of Forensic Medicine back in the early 90s that talked a lot about shootings and stabbings and all kinds of, you know, cool stuff. Great to read when you're 12, which is when I started reading it. I was around a bunch of vets that did not have any idea of what child appropriate meant. So they would just give me all kinds of things that I thought were really interesting. Mom, not so much.
Yeah, like, please stop.
So Sean Hilton says, always carry a knife because you never No, if there's going to be cake or if you have to stab a motherfucker.
You're going to pay for that.
I was
I
saying,
will
see how
pay
you-
that.
Listen,
Yeah.
that, you don't get away with reading
I'm
that and
just
go, well,
reading
that's
that.
Sean's fault. No, it's not Sean's fault.
Sean, you owe me $1
Yeah, why is he owe you $1?
because it was his quote.
So
You didn't know you were going to read it?
So now Julie's going to be the debt collector after
Right.
every Thursday night.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
everybody's-
Yeah,
it's
I'll,
everybody's fault.
I'll go
Everybody's
around
fault.
collecting debt.
She's going to be coming over to a class on Saturday morning. You owe me money. Come here. You know what you are. Right, because you don't want to end up owing more money if you cuss again.
Oh,
So-
yeah.
Yeah, once cameras are off, you're good.
Oh, okay.
So it's-
Okay. Otherwise,
Yeah, we've been running up a tally, you know?
I was going to say, I think I owe myself a couple $1,000,000 at this point.
I'd have my check just go to the bucket. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. Pay to the order of the F-bomb bucket.
There it is.
Says, I'll Facebook page it to you.
So yeah, we wanted to look at that, and then, I kind of find the knife works a lot like the pistol does.
Yeah.
Where I heard a great quote. I've heard it attributed to a couple of different people, but it was, the caliber wars are over. The winner is shot placement. So like, I'd rather be shot in the toe with a 45 than take a 22 to the bridge of the nose or
Exactly.
my ear hole or
Yep.
something like that. So I kind of find the same thing with blades. So we'll look at where to use it, where to best employ it, and then what are we expecting from this? So the idea that I always had was a lot of people use it as an anti-grappling tool. So they think like, oh, I carry this fixed blade and it's right off my center line. And that way, if I get into it with somebody and we're fighting over our gun,
Yep.
I can just get them off me.
Yeah.
But like, what if they don't know they're being stabbed because their adrenaline's up or they're on everything but fucking Tylenol?
Yeah.
I got 4 more left in the bucket.
Okay. All right.
That's why I put the 5 in initially.
There you go.
Right?
So the show didn't have to slow down. I like
Yeah,
the way you think.
absolutely. It was streamlined this whole freaking process. Right. But when we, work with that, how do we increase trauma and let somebody know that they've been stabbed?
Yep.
One of my training partners tells a funny story about a cousin of his. So it's like a guy I know's cousin, super legit, definitely documentable and everything. So the guy was in a fist fight over at 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
And he didn't know he was in a screwdriver fight. So cops come, paramedics come, everybody gets checked out. He's fine. Sits down in his recliner about a couple hours later after taking statements and everything like that. He feels a horrible pain in his back because he had a screwdriver buried in his kidney that nobody spotted.
Ooh, wow.
How do you not, head to toe, man, treat as you go.
Yeah. Well, I'm
Yeah.
guessing he's kind of a bigger guy. So I'm guessing probably just facing everybody and just like, oh, don't worry about it. No, I'm
good.
fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to take a ride to the hospital. I'm good. But,
I stabbed my buddy with a screwdriver. He definitely knew I stabbed him. Did you ever hear that one? I'm just saying.
Well,
What
that's
did you-
one
what
of
did
the
you think was going to happen?
Yeah. So that was one of the things, like running across interesting little ideas for getting the most out of the work that we're doing with a defensive blade. I kind of look at it as the needle plunger method, right? So like when I got, the last time I was in a hospital and I had to stay for a while against my wishes, ruptured appendix will do that to you though. The nurse, if they popped me with that needle, I didn't feel it, right? I was drugged up and it just wasn't a big a deal. If they were bad at their job and they popped me with that needle and they backed it out halfway and they re-angled for the vein, and they did that a couple of times and they worked it like almost like a plunger.
Yep.
I definitely felt that.
Right.
And I had a huge friggin' bruise.
Yeah, you're bleeding all over the place.
Yep.
And yeah, it would, spurt up and everything like that. It was great fun to look at. All my friends that were sitting there in the hospital with me thought it was fantastic. I wasn't a fan. But doing similar.
Well, you're a people pleaser, so that's good.
Yeah. Well, I was a captive entertainer at that point.
Hey, Lisa says, I never thought I would say this, but I think I have knife envy. You need to sign up for this class, honey.
Knife envy. Is that for the $34 Instagram?
Freaking Lightning Man is awesome. I need to get these guys a sponsor.
Oh, yeah.
Because what I really want is the spike.
Pablo's watching.
Pablo! Pablo's guilty because he didn't answer when I called him. Like 15 times in an hour.
Al says TSA isn't very sympathetic to people who want to bring self-defense things with them on the flight. Oh, yeah.
Talk to me. I'll give you some stuff that you won't get in trouble for.
There you go.
Yeah, one of my brothers flew over to the UK, and he had they call them a mala. It's Buddhist prayer beads.
Yeah.
And his had a Technora cord, which is twice the strength of jump cord in it, and steel ball bearings for the beads.
Oh.
Weighs about 3 pounds.
You get away with it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Took it all over Ireland and the UK and everything
you
like
go.
that. Yeah. It's religious iconography. So, you know, you can't take that or you're against
It's
his
not a
religion.
church.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Scientology.
First Church of McGrowing.
There it is. There it is. Don't say that, because then, you know.
Yeah.
Like, no.
I expect
don't
a
tell
shirt
your
for,
uncle.
yeah, I expect a shirt for the First Church of McGrowing when I come here next time.
Hey, Sean Hilton says, Al Newman, they are not talking about happy about people with weapons. I almost got arrested for a credit card knife. Not a credit card gun, but a credit card knife. I wasn't even getting on a plane. I had to get my niece and nephew on the other side of security.
You know it's a knife, right? Like, they're not giving you a hard time because it's a credit card. They're giving you a hard time because it's a knife.
Yeah, you'd think a bunch of guys standing around with, you know, armed security response wouldn't be that worried about something the size, you know, a little bit bigger than a box cutter. But
Just seen the hassle I got from just trying to, you know, because I had one 9mm round in my backpack.
yeah,
The guy's giving me a hard time, and I'm like, it took you 21 minutes to find it. And you had to x-ray it 3 times. Like, when I checked my bag, I didn't see it. I didn't have an x-ray machine. I don't know why you're mad at me.
I was flying back from Fort Benning, Georgia in 2006.
Cool.
And they, oh God, flashbacks. They put me in the puffer machine, and I had all my issue boots.
Yeah, how'd
I
that
got about how you'd think. I almost got a date with a blue glove.
There you go.
And, yeah, and the guy's looking down. He's like, "Well, you came back with, you know, trace residue." I was like, "Look down at my boots. What are we close to?
Yeah.
What would you think that a man wearing boots like this with this haircut it was not self-inflicted? Like, you know?" And I was like, "Yeah." So
I went from being downrange, running steel plates at take aim, left and drove to Miami, and they put me through the sniffer, and I'm just like, oh, this ought to be good. And they're like, oh, you're good to go. I'm like,
Oh, wow.
is this thing working?
I had to go to the federal building in Tampa.
Yeah.
Put my purse through the machine. They put it through it 5 times. I mean,
Was
that's
it a
when I take
sniffer?
it. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
well, Miami,
Smells
they're
like sig.
yeah.
Yeah.
In Miami, they're probably not looking for gunpowder.
Oh, yeah, good point. But I'll tell you what, when I came back from where I was going to, they definitely took my bag aside, right? And I'm like, what? What's the problem? They're like, you know you have 13 kilos of coffee in your suitcase? I'm like, yeah, I was coming back from Bogota. And I'm like, yeah, I didn't, what do you want me to do?
For you, that's probably a single serving.
I know, it's like, I got a lot of friends.
Hey, pickles on. Hi,
Yeah.
honey. Hi, honey.
What he sent me the other day. he sent me something. Oh, you see the thing? You see the one with the Penn State swimmer dude getting interviewed? You see the meme for that one?
Which one?
It says, I'm the best woman swimmer. If you don't like it, you can suck my dick.
Oh.
No bell rung for that one? Is it just F-bombs?
No, it's just that
No,
one.
I'm
it's
just trying to figure out the
F-bombs
rule here.
only.
You see
F-bombs.
anything else on this?
Just
'Cause
F-bombs.
maybe I missed something because it wasn't.
I assumed that was infantry spelling and the rest of the letters were
Yeah, that's all we
implied.
got. That's all we got.
So going back to the knife class, though, one of the other fun things about this, and it's what I tell everybody, is the hidden gem of this knife class.
Yes.
You get to stab your friends, and it's encouraged.
There it is.
Oh yeah.
So-
Oh, I still have a bruise.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's a little bit of lumpy. That's
We have knife
Yeah.
fights at my
Worry.
house all the time because of you.
yeah, I'm glad.
Yep.
Like, Don was not home anymore, but he was getting sick of it. Because I'd be walking around, I'd just jump and be like, knife fight, knife fight, knife fight! And then Gabriel would come up, knife fight, knife fight, knife. He's like, the two of you need to stop. I'm like, you're no fun.
Well, you need to teach Gabriel the sacred art of taint shanking.
Oh. Oh.
So if you're shorter, I mean, closest weapon, closest target, right?
I'm just saying.
I'm just putting it out there. So
Oh God.
we actually started up a tradition over at my house called the Christmas shank. And that way, when you're getting hugged, you don't know, is it a Christmas hug or a Christmas shanking?
You never know.
I mean, it is a trained knife, but one day it might not be, depending on how family reunions and other holidays have gone.
You know how
this
they
year.
go.
Yeah.
It's a good custom to have.
Yeah. Some people you just don't want to go into the new year with.
Oh.
I promise
So-
I'm not a psychopath.
So when is the class?
May 15th.
You know that's not in a couple weeks, right?
Yeah, a couple months. Hold on. May
And if they
15th.
want to sign up for it, what should they do?
They should wait for the Facebook announcement that's going to go out, and then get on there and call me or message me or
Contact Julie.
Even better.
May 15th is no, that's March. Sorry. I'm dyslexic. I can't read.
You're
Hold on.
dyslexic, so
I picked this day with you, Julie. We picked it
I
together.
know. I got to make sure I have it on
you're not
there. I thought it was a
dyslexic,
different
you're
day.
lexic.
Yeah, that's true too.
My only question is, how did she end up being the admin and logistical queen for...
Because I am more dyslexic than she is.
That is true.
I think your wanna's broken when it comes to the admin stuff.
My what?
Your wanna.
My
You
what?
don't
I
wanna
don't want to do it?
Yeah.
Like, here's what happens. It's honestly, and you can ask her, it's honestly easier for her if she does it than if she makes me do it, because it's more work for her if I do it.
Plus, I don't like to be a nag.
I understand. Like I've nagged you all these years asking you when Mike's going to schedule more courses.
I know.
So I don't get one of those calls. Hey, I know it's Wednesday. This
It's gonna
weekend
be
we're going to go
Sunday."
shoot some shit.
Should have been there Sunday.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you missed a good one.
Oh, you missed that.
Then all I hear is, should have been there. It was so much fun. It was awesome. We had all these government ninjas come in.
Hey, we're
Yeah.
trying to get this, and we had some government ninjas come in.
We did.
Yeah.
Like, serious.
Of course you're going to bring in, Uncle Sam's Jedi Knights when I'm not there.
Oh, it's just like...
He was
Like,
good.
it's one thing, when the guy you're teaching with is your friend, and he goes into his resume, and you go, I didn't know that. Wow, that's impressive.
That's
Like,
definitely...
when you got to stand in front of your friend and go, I just thought you were like that, but he's telling a bunch of strangers who he is. So, I look at it like this. It's like, you know what? Not my fault. Whose fault is that?
Well, it's kind of the fun one when you find out your Chihuahua's a giant junkyard dog, and you're the last one to know.
Exactly. Like, I know who he was. I just didn't know
Who he was.
who he was. Like,
Yeah.
then I talked to his dad. Oh, did he tell you this? I'm like, no. He goes, do you know he was the guy we did the class with was the first guy ever to do a blood transfusion on a helicopter.
Not to the helicopter, on a helicopter, to a person, right?
Yes. Why did you get anything else out of that?
What is in that cup?
She's Jen Lexing.
G-I-N.
Mike Hendrickson is watching.
Buddy!
You missed a great class, honey.
That was good.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
Do you like how I yell at the TV like that's where he is? Like, if I turn my head, he'll see me better. Mike!
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
We've trained her to deal with loud noises. I play Mafia movies all
There you
night
go.
long. That's the only
Oh.
3-month-old
Did
you'll
you
ever
see the
meet.
Mafia movies on the show before us?
No.
You should probably go home and watch, was it Gus at the Movies or Movies with Gus or whatever?
I should.
What's it called?
Movies with
Gus at the Movies, right?
at movies with Gus.
At the movies with Gus Malazzo. You guys, hey, if you're in the movies, you should check out Gus, because Gus is awesome. Gus
He
is
is awesome.
the host that does open mic night. So when I'm the guest,
Oh, next week, right?
yeah, next week. Did you ask him?
I will.
Look,
Sorry.
I'm just the talent.
Producer, I suck at
I
producing.
guess he's officially been asked now. We just said it live on air, right?
Yeah, well, he doesn't watch your show.
Let me go text him.
I love Gus. He's just awesome.
Yeah, I think I've got the only 3-month-old that's seen Goodfellas 5 times.
There you go.
At this point.
Set him up right.
Yeah, Goodfellas, Godfather. Wanted to really hammer those themes. Family.
Right.
If you snitch, you die. Whatever. Wholesome
Like
upbringing.
Like, I'm always getting in trouble with my wife because what I watch Gabriel, what I let him watch. Like, he wasn't watching John Wick, was he? Like, only parts of it. Like, how bad do you think I am?
You told him to put his fingers in his ears and
Right.
close
Close
his
your
eyes, right?
Like, he's just like, tell me when.
Yeah, well, I mean, when I was growing up with my parents, anything that was violent was usually pretty okay. It was just anything that was sex time. Like, you
none
had
of
to,
that.
close the
Yeah,
eyes
yeah,
and cover
yeah.
the ears and whatever. But, I mean, we wore out a VHS tape of Gladiator early on in my childhood. So,
That was like the original.
yeah. That and Spartacus and a couple of other things.
Spartacus.
So, yeah.
Oh.
Awesome.
So are you going to be at this knife class?
Yeah.
It's going to be. It is a Sunday, so you're off.
We planned it that way.
Yep, always.
I just want you to go on record in public, and not have like,
So we can shame you.
yeah.
Did I
know.
show up last time?
You did.
How
I
bad a
think.
shape was I in?
Pretty bad.
I don't know. Are we talking the hurt on the inside or the one on the outside?
Physically.
Physically? Well, I mean, I felt rough looking at you.
All right.
So,
Was I still there?
you were ambulatory even for a while. You were vertical.
That's all I'm saying.
Kind of.
All right, so don't give me a hard time.
I live to give you a hard time. I come all the way down to Sarasota to give you a hard time.
yeah.
specifically.
Yeah, I'm not going to deny you of that.
Who do we have in the class? Anybody?
Let's see.
You have a guest.
We're probably going to bring down a guest. I have a guy, I call him my brother. We're not brothers by blood, but the difference between him and my blood brother is I like him.
There you go.
So,
Nice.
but he recently moved back from Vegas. His name's Nelson Barajas, and he came up doing the MDW stuff with me, Multi-Dimensional Warriors.
Nice.
My friends out of South Africa. So he's actually been, they have it's kind of like the Mecca for training, right? Once a year they run a South African, Australian, everybody comes from all around the world, and they meet up in Thailand. And you train for 4 or 5 hours a day, and then guys get up to whatever you do in Thailand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some of them bring their families, so they like ride elephants and stuff. I think that's most of what goes on. I heard they had Cobra whiskey over there at one point, so I was kind of interested in that. They put little venom sacs in a shot of whiskey, and then you do the whole thing. So, yeah.
Yeah. I get diarrhea from like kale.
Well, maybe that'll cure it, or
Yeah, you never know.
burn out whatever's inside
Kill
of
it
you
or
that's
cure
like
it.
malfunctioning.
Nice.
But yeah, he's been doing quite a bit with the knife training with me for a while. He lived with me for a long time. We were roommates, so it's kind of nice to have a live-in training partner. Anytime that you wanted to test something, we'd go out in the out back of the house and beat on each other for a while until we figured out it works or doesn't. So
what's a class size limit?
we're probably going to cap at 16.
16. All right.
So if
Price?
Price is going to be $1 million.
Oh, yeah. I'm in.
Yeah. I don't know. I might lose it in my beard at this point. It's getting to where it's majestic again. No, we're probably going to do $90. We usually,
90, all
I
right.
tell everybody, let's look at blocking out 4 hours for this.
Okay.
So what I always do is every class that we have has a different mix of people show up.
Yeah.
I do have a block of instruction that I try to go through, but I also, if we have less people show up, then what that ends up being is more one-on-one time.
Yep.
And we can tailor the class material more appropriately to who we have there.
Yeah.
And I actually love that because there are stupid questions, right? I've been
There's
asked
no
them.
such thing as
Yeah.
my ass.
Yeah, and the rest of me too. Like that's, there are stupid questions and there are stupid people, but I love getting questions most of the time because you end up going down some really interesting rabbit holes.
Yep.
I've had one of my friends, I was teaching a class and I knew he was in corrections, but I didn't know he was on the cell extraction team. So we're teaching we're teaching a class and he goes, what would you do if you had like a guy that had tied 2 shivs into one in each hand with the elastic in his underwear and shit all over his cell, and you thought he probably had hep, but you weren't sure, but you were pretty close to sure, and he said he wanted to kill a CO that day. What would you do? I was like, that's an interesting question. How was work today? Yeah. Is there something you want to tell me? He's like, just answer my hypothetical. I was like, no, that's really specific.
We'll come back and get you in a week.
Yeah. Well, they ended up hosing him off through the mail slot, and then they got the big dispenser and just painted his entire cell orange. And I think it wasn't a week, but they let him marinate a while in his decisions.
That's it.
So, but weird questions like that, you don't run out into that on general populace a lot. Right? But sometimes those people have release dates. And sometimes they make it out into Gen Pop. And if they've been solving their problems with a knife for the last 10 or 15 years, and they couldn't get a hold of a gun that quickly, that might be what they choose to use to solve problems on the outside. So that's kind of one of the things, too, that I enjoy being able to provide context for. A lot of people think like knife, they have the dueling systems where you both square off And sometimes like they'll even like tie hands to left hand to left hand.
Yep.
And that's like really old Southern Spanish, and back in the 1800s they used to do that stuff.
Greek.
But, yeah. But you find out that some of the guys from like Central and South America that are coming out of these prisons are basically graduates of gladiator school in there. And you do run across people where it's like, okay, I don't know if I'm going to fight knife on knife, but I might end up fighting knife on knife if he brings a knife and I have one.
Yep.
Right? And I guarantee you it won't be an equal fight if I don't bring my knife. See how the banger over there again? That's like a cartoon.
You change the camera when it's doing.
Yeah.
Just can't trust him.
I'm just here to watch the damn show.
No, you're not.
We can't have two rustics in the same room.
State law.
Are they like magnets? Do they repel?
No, if anything, we're just trapped to make stupid decisions.
So what we kind of find is that by giving both sides a knife and doing some drills in the class, we can build some attributes and we can build some recognition skills. So the idea is like, what does an access stroke look like, for a knife?
Yep.
If somebody's been practicing for a while, getting a blade out and employing it and hiding it with their hand or carrying along their forearm. Some of my cop friends that talk about doing the open your hands, turn your palms toward me, spread your fingers.
Yep.
That way they're not, squeezing a blade between their
razor blade between the fingers.
Yeah. Well, getting slapped with one of those, like you don't know where that razor blade's been.
Yep. Well, doesn't matter if that's what you're worried about, have somebody slap you in the face with a razor blade, open your face up.
Yeah. Well, and that's where I also look at it as like, what do you want to bet on somebody's blood test in this day and age that you don't know? Like, I've been through a lot of knife courses, and some of them are pretty cavalier about damage, where you'll see people that are like, turn the back of your forearm towards the blade. That way, if they cut you, it's just right, your extensor tendon. So you can still close your hand and hold on to your knife and your tool. And I'm like, so when I'm like this in 6 months of physiotherapy so that I can maybe get to the point where I'm like this 6 months and 3 operations later, did I really win?
Right.
Well, like, could this have gone better?
Run away.
Yeah. Well, the Nike defense is always an interesting one, too, because it's like you talk to people about the Nike defense. Like, I've got a wife and a 3-month-old, and I'm probably going to leave them in the dust if I just run away. And I don't want to be like that guy in the Colorado movie theater that left his pregnant fiance in the theater and was got in his car and left before he came back 30 minutes later. Yeah.
Wow.
She ended up marrying that guy. She took pictures of him with him in the delivery room. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
So, yeah.
Well, I mean, that's today's, that's how men act today.
When I found out that story,
So-called.
Nate's watching.
Nate!
Hey, I missed you at work the other day.
I missed him at Saturday night when he was supposed to come to class.
Oh.
Just saying.
getting the call out now.
So let me ask you, what level is this? Brandy new
So,
people, newbies, or
this
a little
is-
higher?
We are going to be talking, because we've done the empty hand versus knife stuff.
Yes.
Right? So that's kind of like the intro to that.
So it
this
needs
is
to
the
be-
intro to defensive blade.
Okay, so
Right.
it needs to be people who have trained with you before? Nope? Okay.
So what we basically have this set up as is, hey, I just went to Walmart and this said K-Bar on it, and I know K-Bar makes the best knives and they always will be. So I bought it and it was $20. What do I do with it?
Okay.
Right? All the way up into, I have my Death Dealer 3000 and it's autographed by Steven Seagal. And
I got a Buckmaster I bought when I was 18. That my kid took from me.
Yeah. Well, and that's one of the things I enjoy about some of these too, because you'll get the show and tell aspect. People will bring their defensive knives or their not so defensive knives. Like
They
when
think it's defensive.
yeah, well, when you bring that Gil Hibben knife out there and it looks like a Klingon blade, and then people are like, "This is my defensive blade." I'm like, dude, any prosecutor right now is just sported a big grin and he doesn't know why. He's just like asleep. He's like, yes, it's such an easy case.
That's why every day, except for today, I don't have it on me. I carry my little tiny blade. It's just a little tiny.
Yeah,
Your clinch pick?
Like a lynch blade.
that's for social work.
It is.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I kind of want to make it accessible to a lot of different people, because what I've found with teaching a bunch of these classes, I've been teaching this material for probably about 5 years now. And it's that even people that have a background that come from something else can usually pick up enough to make it worth their while to be in there. And I love people that are brand new because they're very genuine. They're often not as big of a dick as some of the people that, like, they didn't come to the class to learn anything. They came to the class to show everybody else what they know.
Yeah.
So, that's when you get all the loaded questions like, so don't you agree? Or, that kind of shit.
It's called sniping.
Yeah.
Sniping.
Yeah.
Yep.
I call it just being a dick.
Yeah.
But those are usually my demo partners for the rest of the day.
I took a bunch of notes. I took a bunch of notes in the last class that you taught.
Did it sound good on paper? Because it sounded good in my head when I was saying it.
Yeah, I was, as I'm writing it down. Well, I'm dyslexic, so when I read it back, it's all screwed up.
Looked like a cat walked across a keyboard.
Yeah, it's like, what the hell word is that?
All right. So how do we want people to contact us for this class?
So I'll put up
Contact
the
me or you
I'll put up
or
the Facebook announcement in the next 7 days.
okay.
We'll put it up on all our pages. and
Yeah.
stuff
All
like
right.
that.
We'll go ahead and when I get that, I'll give that to you. And then
right.
if they want to talk to you in the meantime,
Okay. Probably at my house. So we
yeah.
have some air conditioning and a bathroom.
bathrooms are great.
Yeah.
Air conditioning is so-so.
Well,
you
just to
know.
cool off, or get under
Yeah.
the back porch with the fans.
I get extremely moist when I'm teaching, so
Hey, I got one. William Dixon. That guy taught me how to drive a deuce and a half.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
And then when I was screwing it up, put his arm around me and went, "It's all right, man." Like, this sucks.
Was that only because it was government property? It's all
No,
right.
it's because we were going through the friggin' Bavarian Alps on my first time learning how to drive thing with a bunch of people in a trailer on it. They're like, double clutch it. I don't even know what that means. You can yell at me. I'm like, fuck. Oh.
Oh, there you go. You owe one.
Here, Mike, I got you.
Well, you got a tab going. We're good.
No, I don't want you using up my tab.
Yeah, he's got a few more to say.
Like, you know where he lives now? He lives like in Venice or something like that.
Oh, he should come to class.
Yeah, you should come up. You should come
Yeah.
up to the show.
Definitely.
I would like to hear.
he's awesome.
How old were you when he was teaching you to drive a deuce and a half?
19.
19. I would love to hear some stories from somebody else about 19-year-old Mike.
He's got
You wanna
great
hear
stories about himself,
about 20-year-old Mike. Yeah. 21-year-old Mike.
though. With
So, Luke, you need to talk to Luke Keaton about that shit when we're
or even McGuire.
McGuire.
Oh,
That was 19-year-old.
You got to do McGuire next week.
But on the show?
Yeah.
No, it cost me like $48 to get through halfway through the story.
It is so funny, though.
What do you mean you moved to Arkansas?
Hey, you know what? We need to.
Well, come back down here. People move to Florida from that place, not from Florida to there.
It's 5 to 9.
5 to 9.
Oh, shit, that went quick.
All right, so wait. No, first we got to spin the wheel.
Yep.
We got to spin the wheel.
Bracelet. Mary Fran, I have to give her hers. She won last week.
Well, we spin the wheel.
Yeah, for a bracelet.
You ready to write it down?
I am. Got it.
Who is it? Corey Nichols.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so isn't that who, you got that written down on? Is that like 2 weeks ago?
No.
3 weeks ago, something like that? 'Cause
Corey?
I got one on my friggin' shift in my truck.
For Corey? I don't think so.
Oh, I'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll look back. And now
He'll-
for the backpack.
He'll be back in 4
No,
years.
Not
We got to
backpack.
start making plans.
All right, is my name in here?
Do you like
It's
a
for the
chair?
case. It's for the case.
Case, yeah. Do you like
Your
a
name's
chair?
not on the thing, so don't.
I'm just figuring out
No,
if
no,
this
no.
is the
You
one I
already
want.
drew one. Throw it over there.
This is
You're done.
Stupid and not rigged enough.
35.
Number 35.
You need to
for the
shuffle these
case.
things.
Here we go. Let's put that back in.
There you go.
Never
Well,
mind.
like 35 this week and then some from last week.
Oh, that's it.
That's
all
it.
we're giving away tonight.
That's all we got. We're poor.
Sometimes we give away more,
I heard
but
shuffle and I started working. And I just
No, I didn't shuffle because we gave 35 away last week, I think it was, or something
was
like
it?
that.
the problem is I give too much.
Last week was 36. All
Look,
right.
Hilton knows Dixon.
Dixon who? Your friend?
Yep.
William Dixon. Oh, cool.
He was like my mentor. He's the guy I looked up to when I was in Germany.
Cool. James Gerard is watching. He finally
Picked up
got
his backpack.
Got his backpack.
we were freaking unzipping. Like, there's more stuff in this pocket too.
There's a lot of stuff in that backpack.
I'm like, pull out that mini machete.
Oh, nice.
What
So it's
all
a
we
bag
have
of
in
loot.
there? We had machete, we had
Man,
flashlights.
there was freaking quick clot. There was a safe, a vehicle safe. There was knives in it. There was like 3 survival bracelets on it. There was like ponchos, space blanket.
James says,
there was Allen wrenches
"Oh
from
yeah,
Susie.
oh yeah." James says that backpack is awesome. Thanks. You are welcome, honey.
Very welcome.
Yep.
Plus, you got to look at his badass Forerunner that he has.
And he just got back from Egypt. I would love to go to Egypt.
I asked him if he stopped by the parking lot that me and Luke waxed.
What'd he say? No?
No, he didn't go to Sharm el Sheikh.
When I was growing up, I always wanted
You got
to be
a
an
name for what?
archaeologist and go explore the
Oh, for the case? Who gets the case?
digging up stuff.
Cat!
Cat one. Cool.
Cat gets the case.
All right. I will see her next Thursday.
Sean missed by 1. Not working hard enough. That's what the problem is.
I'll see her next Thursday. Put her
Little
name
bribery
on it.
probably solved that.
Hey, Mike, write her name on it, please, and I will take that to her next Thursday when we go out to shoot.
Awesome.
You guys are still doing cool stuff, and I'm changing diapers and like dealing with getting
Hey, I've
puked on
done
by
my
my
time.
kid.
I've done my time.
Yeah, you had 3. I only had 1. That was enough.
I'm planning on 4, but I don't know if I have that much bourbon at the house.
Oh. Now, if I remember correctly, you said 5 or 6 when I first met you.
I wanted 5 or 6. I got voluntold that there was an executive
4 is maximum.
override.
All right.
Yeah.
She's smart.
4 and no more.
Yeah.
So
I got in trouble overridden this week when Rafi was helping Gabriel with his science project where they're supposed to make a cell, and they're making it out of clear Jell-O.
Oh.
And I'm like, we could do it out of ballistic gel. That's all you got. We could order this stuff. And then I did a little more research and found out that all she had to do, right, was take 3% hydrogen peroxide and mix it in the Jell-O when she was making it, and that makes it ballistic gel.
Oh.
It may not be 10% ballistic gel, which is
Ah.
the FBI standard.
Hey, we should try that.
Oh, it's not it. I watched a guy make it like 41-minute video. It wasn't that hard.
yeah, those shooting tests are a lot of fun. We do the cutting tests at some of the classes that I run too, where we'll get like a pig or a goat carcass or something like that.
Yeah, people don't understand what a blade does to flesh.
Yeah. Well, and people also don't understand, like, you see a lot of serrations and stuff like that. One of the weirdest things to come out of the cutting test was if the serrations face back towards the handle, that's a harpoon. Once you stick it in,
it
it's
doesn't
not
come out?
coming out. Right? So, I mean, good if you're a one and done kind of guy.
Yeah, if you want to run away.
Bad if they got friends.
Right.
Like, or you still got work to do.
Hey, can we stab some meat at the class?
We'll see if I have some in the freezer.
Okay. All right. I'll ask Johnny if he's got any
Okay.
old meat too.
Yeah.
That'd be
Go
cool.
shoot a pig.
Well, so the pigs, like, geek hat on for a second, their skin's a lot thicker than humans. And their muscle and bone density is way thicker than humans. So, like, pig is harder to affect than humans would be. A more or a better analog is usually goats. That's why for the
It's sad that you know this.
yeah. Well, so one of my buddies,
Cool.
yeah,
But sad.
one of my buddies that worked really, really hard to wear green headwear when he was in the Army told me about it. He said that for the 18 series, they were doing, I think it's 18 Deltas SF medics.
They shoot a goat with a 7.62.
Yeah. Well, he's like, we're doing horrible things to these goats. Like, PETA is not on
Yeah.
post when we're doing these things.
They keep it alive for 24 hours.
Yeah, or longer. He's like, sometimes you'll get like your instructor that gives you time to meet your goat, and he's like, this is the only thing that you've had to love when you're in the training pipeline. So they give you time to meet it, and you pet it and everything like that, and the instructor comes over and shivs it up a couple of times. He's like, all right, you get to keep that alive for 24 hours. You get to recycle.
Yep.
And nobody wants to do the R word.
No.
Like,
Nope.
Hey, your mama's on. Hi, Bobby.
What'd he say?
We love you.
All right. So, next week, open mic night.
Yes.
oh God.
All right.
Who's our host? Gus, if we can get him.
Don't be volunteering Gus before you get him. want to give me your opinions on PETA? I don't think she likes PETA.
I love people eating tasty animals.
Yeah. Like PETA's just like, screw them. You know. But I think. I didn't know that.
What's that?
PETA steals people's dogs from their porches and stuff like that, so you must be mistreating them and then they
Oh.
euthanize them?
Ah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Wow.
Wow. All right.
We need to do an anti-PETA show. I get into that.
I can see you getting in on that.
Freaking hate them anyways.
All right.
All right. So thank you very much for being on the show, first of all.
Thanks for having
That's
me.
good.
Thank you for the live studio audience, which is 1/3 as it was when we started. But very important. We have full audience.
Barkeep
We
also.
have full audience. Right. Thank you to all you guys watching the show that support us, because Facebook is definitely like screwing us. But anyways, really appreciate it. And thank you to the sponsors who pay for this, so Mark lets me do the show.
Yep. All right.
So, what do we got?
We're good.
Oh, I thought you were going to
Take us-
say something.
Nope. Take us out. I got something to say after it's over.
All right, so make sure you keep an eye out for when we put the Facebook post up for the class. Remember, we're cutting it off. You're cutting it off at what?
16.
16, so like that. So, Aaron, thank you very much for coming on. Always appreciate you having, coming on the show, even though now that you have a baby, you can't come on anymore.
I just had to bring her with me. That's my tactical baby.
We
She's
should
loaded
put-
at both ends.
We should put the baby on the show.
There you go.
One of these days, probably.
All right.
One day soon. All right, play music. Take us out. Thank you very much.
Bye, guys.